we can argue about KPIs, I think, all day long. It's one of the perennial topics in FDI and one of the most challenging ones. Certainly jobs are the currency of investment, and this is generally about creating jobs. But if you look at, Claus, perhaps the type of investment you're trying to attract, you're not trying to attract logistics centers, manufacturing plants, high job creation types of operations. Do you use jobs as well as an indicator?
Yes, we do. And we also have 3-year plans, 3-year business plans that serve as our strategy and also as our contract, you can say, towards our stakeholders. And we benchmark and measure, with the individual clients that we serve, we get their confirmation in terms of how big is the investment, how many people do they expect to recruit and hire and so forth. Yeah. And this is what we count. What adds to the complexity in our organization is as soon as you start to divest your activities out to creating clusters, working with talent attraction and so forth here, you add a whole other dimension of complexity to this. Because how do you benchmark that? Yeah. Right? You cannot benchmark how many talents we actually attract to Denmark here. I can show that we make it maybe more interesting for them to stay in Denmark, and maybe I can show that some of them actually get out and get a job here. But it's really, really something that really frustrates me, because I'm really much of a benchmarking guy. I like to see the results of what we do here, but it's just very difficult in these areas.
Katalin, jobs, is that what you're measured by?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. But being a part of the government, it's not that. So we are always evaluating how many positive decisions we have reached in 1 year. Of course, the number, the requirements is going up and down. So last year we had X, then this year we must have Z. Right. So it's really difficult, and but we try to differentiate between smaller investments and if we are lucky to get a big one, and but the biggest indicator is that it's
jobs. And I'm sure the requirement keeps going up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's interesting. I've seen a few agencies recently try to move away from jobs. One of the agencies we're working with is Australia, and they have, as of this year, completely done away with jobs as a target, because they're also now targeting companies who'd like to do cooperative research in Australia. They're targeting different types of investment, for example, investment in infrastructure. So it's not the classic type of greenfield investment anymore. So they've done away with jobs entirely, and it's more activity-based KPIs, number of visits, number of meetings.
Yeah, I mean, something that sort of frustrates me and my team is that we get involved in large numbers of, large amount of discussion with potential investors, institutional investors, looking for new investment opportunities. That doesn't actually make a contribution back to our KPI target, yet it's a key part of getting the right infrastructure in place that in future, if they do come in and invest, we will have the infrastructure that we can then use as part of our proposition. So I believe it's actually quite important to do that work.